Go ahead.
And they shall show forth.
That's why so many of these Israelite groups sell out, because they want that goddamn money, man. Go ahead.
And they shall show forth the praises of the Lord. And the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee.
Kedar is one of the sons of Ishmael. Like I said, Ishmael ain't going to be the next kingdom to rule, man. Go ahead.
And all the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together.
That's another son of Ishmael. And the word Kedar means dark skin. The original Ishmaelites are dark skin. Go ahead.
The rams of Nebajoth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance.
Nebajoth, that's another son of the Ishmaelites. Go ahead.
They shall come up with acceptance unto on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as a cloud and as a doves to their windows?
Those are talking about those what the white man called UFOs. We're going to be beamed up, and we're going to go up into the clouds, and we're going to look down, and we're going to see this white man and 2/3 of Israel, and the Moabites, and the Ammonites, and the Hamites, and the Elamites, and the Ishmaelites go down. Go ahead.
Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish, first to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy power.
Unto the name. And we already know the name of the Lord thy power. Yahweh. And his son is Yahweh Shai. The reason why Nate doesn't teach that, because they gave him a bunch of money. Go ahead.
And to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls.
Now that right there is talking about them other nations. The sons of strangers shall build thy walls. Go ahead.
And their kings shall minister unto thee.
And their kings shall minister unto thee. Go ahead.
For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee.
So the Most High, he going to have mercy on us. Go ahead.
Therefore thy gates shall be opened continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
So that's blessings. So what you think your woman going to do? Whenever you're ready, man. Whenever you're ready, my Lord. And you're going to have more than one woman. You're going to be like King Solomon and then some. You want 1,000 women? You want 1,000 concubines and 1,000 wives? You can have that, man. Because King David did that too. He had a lot of women. He didn't have as many women as Solomon. Solomon had 1,000 women. So Solomon had a lot of sex. In the kingdom, we're going to have a lot of sex with a lot of different women, man. And we ain't going to get no diseases. All right?
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Baruch chapter 4 verse 30.
Were you all set with that?
Now, let me just read this last
All
part.
right.
It says, and that their kings may be brought.
Baruch chapter 4 verse 30. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting.
That's those missiles. Go ahead.
Long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
Yeah, the inhabited by devils is talking about spirits that's going to be in this desert here, man. That goes hand in hand with Revelation. Give me Revelation 18:1.
Revelation 18:1. Yeah, can somebody get this? Because mine is kind of dark.
Somebody get it.
Yeah. Revelation 18:1. I can't even see it.
Can somebody get that? Yeah, 18 and 1.
Revelation 18 and 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Yeah, because REI used to say that's talking about faggots. That you got faggots in here, and freaks and all that. It's talking about after the missiles destroy this place, you're going to have desert creatures up in here, man. The only things that's going to be living here is desert creatures and birds, scavenger birds, all right? Reptiles, okay? Roaches,
And
you know?
roaches could survive anything, man. You know?
They can't survive my stomp, though.
They can't
My stomp. They can't survive that.
Except Apostle Tah's stomp.
I got a little more.
Yeah, but them roaches, man, they're resilient, man. Them little bastards are resilient. Go ahead.
Okay, back in Baruch 4 verse 36.
This is what I wanted to say. Isaiah 34 breaks that down too.
Right.
Because Isaiah 34 tells you, it actually mentions some of the birds.
Yep.
It mentions the cormorant, which is like a wild bird. It mentions the screech owl. And those birds actually exist, because you can Google that. You can Google the cormorant. You'll see a picture of what it looks like. The screech owl, see a picture of what it looks like.
Those are all unclean animals.
And they're all unclean animals, all unclean birds. They're going to be here after the missiles drop and after the fire dies. That's what's going to be here. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Baruch chapter 4 verse 36. O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west.
Where you at?
Baruch chapter 4 verse 37.
Go ahead.
Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
You know what? Since you in that, go to the 5th chapter and start from the very top. The key point is in the 5th verse.
Yep.
Baruch chapter 5 verse 1. Put off, O Jerusalem, the garment of mourning and affliction. And
Right, because we're not going. The garment of mourning and affliction is the fact that the white man put us in this condition. So now we can take off these garments. Go ahead.
Put off, O Jerusalem, the garment of mourning and affliction, and put on the comeliness of the glory that cometh from the Most High forever.
That's another word for the kingdom. Go ahead.
Cast about thee a double garment of the righteousness which cometh from the Most High, and set a diadem on thine head of the glory of the everlasting. For the Most High will show thy brightness unto every country under heaven. For thy name shall be called of the Most High forever. The peace of righteousness and the glory of the Most High's worship. Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about toward the east, and behold thy children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One.
Well, hold up. How is Israel going to be gathered? By the word of the Holy One. So when we open up this, we're not going to gather them by giving them turkey sandwiches, man. And cups of coffee. Go ahead.
John 6 and 27. Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for the meat which dureth or endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath the Most High the power sealed. Let me start at 28. Yahushua answered and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me not because ye saw the miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled. Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath the Heavenly Father the power sealed.
Yeah, so you got ISUPK giving out food all you're going to do is you're going to have Jake come to get the food, and then they'll sit down and they'll open up the Bible with you and play along. Now, the day that you run out of food, guess what? They ain't coming on that day. So let one of you black women come up and say, well, what you doing for the community? I say, I ain't doing a goddamn thing for the community. Only thing I'm doing is the will of the Most High. I'm preaching this word that the Most High may seal the elect. All right? I ain't here to give out no sandwiches, no newspapers, no cups, bowls of soup. I'm not here to massage you, to give your kids book bags.
Well, that word community, that means the God of the community is Baal Berith. We did lessons on that. Like Lord of the community is Baal Berith. So anytime they're talking about the community, they're talking about a false god, which is Baal Berith, which means Baal means Lord and Berith means of the covenant. Which Baal Berith was a god, a so-called god that the Israelites worship.
You read that whole thing?
God of the so-called community. So it's the same thing done over again. That's why so-called black people always talking about the community, because back then they worshiped a god called Baal Berith, which was the god of the community.
But you know why they always asking for something? Because they looking for a hope. But when you give them the truth, they don't want the truth, because the kingdom ain't coming fast enough for them. They want it right now.
Right. Yeah.
They don't want to humble themselves to the Most High. And if they understood, they would know why they're in the condition that they're in. And then they would learn how to get out of that condition through the Spirit.
Right. And they make sure the so-called leaders, they make sure they mention the word community. What are you going to do for the community? Let's uplift the community. Because that's when you say that word, you're invoking.
Well, Goldfarb said that in the movie Bamboozled.
That's it.
She said, use the word community.
Yep. Yeah, because when they say that word, they're invoking that demon, that spirit of Baal Berith, which is a false god. So they know what they're doing. When they mention the word community, they know why they keep invoking the word. And that proves what we've been telling you brothers about words. Words contain power.
Right.
Words contain power, man. Why do you think they keep mentioning the word community? Because there's that little demon behind it. That little spirit guide behind it. Because that's what demons are. They're spirit guides. You can have spirit guides on the right or on the left. Spirit guides that are wicked, spirit guides that are righteous. Because the word demon, most people don't notice. The word demon means intelligence. That's what it means. Look it up. It's from the Greek. It means intelligence. So you can have wicked intelligence and you can have righteous intelligence. See, so words are powerful, man. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, back in Baruch chapter 5, verse 5. Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about toward the east. And behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of the Most High.
Oh, read that part again. Rejoicing in the what?
Rejoicing in the remembrance of the Most High.
Because we once knew this, and now we're remembering this all over again. We're remembering the fact that we're Israel. As the Most High set us up to come out here and teach you. All right? Go ahead.
Hey, so wait a minute. If we're in remembrance of the Most High, we ain't going to remember his name?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
If we're remembering the Most High, we're not going to remember his name? That's the main part about the Most High. His name and his son's name.
Right. It's the worst captivity ever, man.
And that brings us back to the word educate, which the word educate means to draw out. So we remember because we had it back in the past. So the men that the Lord sent to raise us up, they educated us. In other words, they drew out from us what we already had. That's what the word educate means, to draw out. It's in the Latin, educare. It means to draw out. So those that can't get it, that means they never had it in the past. They can't be
I see a
educated.
10 virgin, 5 were wise, and 5 were foolish.
That's why they can't get it, man. They never had it in the past.
Yeah, like polite.
Yeah. Polite, and even among our nation.
Yeah.
You know? And then me and Elder Arama was talking, You know, the Bible is really for the elect of